Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I'm going to be going through some questions you guys asked me about my 1985 Mazda Rx7. So if you guys don't already know, I do a series called Rotary Life on this YouTube channel. And the reason why this isn't a Rotary Life episode in itself is because I'm trying to do Rotary Life is more the build of the car, and then anything else I'm just going to release as separate videos, but put it into the playlist of Rotary Life Extras. So without further ado, let's get some questions about the car from you guys. First one comes from the Stig's American Cousin. Is it a GSL, bro? Also 12A or 13B? It is a GSL, and right now it is getting a 13B swap. So it used to have the 12A, which is actually right at my feet here, and the 13B is over there. And so we're going to get that swap going soon. Robin asks what year. So it's a 1985, the last year of the first gens. S. Valid said, what oil do I put in my 12A motor? I put 10W40, but it'll vary depending on what climate you drive the car in, if you drive it in the winter and all this stuff. I did a heavier weight oil because I had an oil leak, but it varies depending on that. Just don't do synthetic. Robin asks, what's the rims? I get this question a lot. They are Diamond Racing SC Series 15x7 -12 offset. So I have a whole video about that. I'll leave a link to that. And yeah, those are the rims. They were like 320 bucks, so real cheap. Are you going to put a 13B or even 20B in it? Yes, the 13B is getting prepped to go in somewhat soon here. That Weird Ginger asks, how is an FB for a first car, maintenance costs, and all that stuff? I got a lot of questions about maintenance because these cars are notorious for having high maintenance costs. It's been a lot, not gonna lie. It's probably been twice the value of the car, but it's something to do. It's a project, and I have another form of transportation right there. It's my Pontiac G6 that I drive around as my daily, so I'm not worried about transportation. If you're relying on transportation, if you're relying on this car for transportation, you're gonna have a bad time. 3000 GT fan said, reliability in cold weather. I did a whole video about this, about flooding the engine. Rotaries are notorious for flooding engines. They're not great in cold weather, but they'll still run, and I'm sure the fuel injected will be way better in the cold, because the old 12A was carbureted. Hans said, nice car, dude. Wish I had those things, but sadly there isn't any around my place except for RX-8s. Did you use it every day or what? How is having a classic at your age? So when I bought the car I was 18, I'm 19 now, but driving a classic car at 18 it's pretty cool. You get approached by a lot of older guys saying like, oh, I had one in high school, or I remember when those were new. I've gotten that one a lot. It's really been a fun experience because no one at my school drives a rotary, let alone an old classic rotary. So that was pretty cool. Yes, and yes, I did drive it every day when it still ran, but obviously it doesn't run right now. What are the key differences between yours and your dad's old RX-7? So my dad had a 1980 back in the 80s. I have a 1985. Basically just the bumpers. Interior was all redone. I have a limited slip differential. He did not. I have power windows. He did not. Just basic little features like that. They changed the look of it a tiny bit, like the taillights and front bumper. But other than that, they're pretty much the same car, which is pretty neat. Is it still stock exhaust, and what are your future plans? Steven asks. Obviously 13B swap. I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to put it on coils, hopefully. Other than that, it has Racing Beat headers, and I believed a different muffler, not a Racing Beat muffler, but it had Racing Beat headers, and it sounded good. Charles asks, how many motors have you put in it, LOL? Going on my second. Charles also asks, any fuel setup upgrades? Not at the moment, but I think I'm putting an FC fuel pump into it once I do the 13B swap. Charles again asks, do you run premix, and what's your ratio and choice of premix? Excuse me. I just do regular 2-stroke oil in the gas, and I do about an ounce per gallon. Josh asks, Weber or Holley, and why? Obviously I'm switching to fuel injected, and I had the stock carburetor. Personally, I prefer Holley because it actually still had a choke, so if you're going to drive it every day, then you'll still have a choke when you need it for cold starts. CJ Productions asks, do you regret buying a rotary? Not in the slightest. It's been a lot of money, yeah. It probably doesn't sound, it's not a project for everyone. This is not a car for everyone, which is fine. I enjoy it a lot. I've enjoyed every step of the process. Yes, it's taken a toll on my bank account, but you know, it's a hobby. It really is a hobby car. Plans for channel, car, or dinner, LOL, from Dues. Plans for the channel is just keep making car content. Maybe even motorcycle content, a little dirt bike action every here and there, but just keep growing the channel, growing a fan base. Thank you guys for the support. I'll say that right now. I honestly wouldn't still be making these videos if it weren't for your guys' support. Plans for the car, like I said, go a little lower, engine swap, and just make it a cruiser. I don't want it, I'm not trying to throw down any crazy lap times or anything. I'm just like a cruiser that, you know, handles well. Carburetors or fuel injection, and why? Personally, I prefer fuel injection just because I daily my cars, so I want them to start up every time. Carburetors, not saying that they don't, but carburetors get finicky once it gets below freezing, so there's that. What are some things a beginner rotary owner should know if we were gonna get a rotary? And these are this is from FLV DBS fan. Premix. Know that you shouldn't need to premix. Know that the car is different than a regular car. It's different than a piston car. They run really hot. You can flood the engines very easily. So it takes a little extra thought, but other than that, they're pretty much like any other car, and they handle really well. Thoughts on the FC? They're just as cheap to buy and easy to mod. Do you prefer the classic look of the FB? Yes, as you guys can tell, I love the look of the FB, but as you guys also may know, I own an FC, or I bought an FC so I could take the engine out of it. And the thing about the FC is that it felt more like a car. Like, this felt like something weird and different, but the FC just kind of felt like another car. Like, it kind of felt almost like it could have been like a Honda or Toyota, honestly. But I prefer the look of this. I prefer the feel of this better, more raw, more gritty than the FC. And last but not least, Ben asked, did you choose the Brap Life or did the Brap Life choose you? And honestly, I couldn't tell you at this point. I thought I wanted this car. I found out I absolutely need this car. So, there you have it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any other questions that I didn't answer in the video, please leave them in the comment section down below. I love reading comments. I'll go through every single comment and I'll reply to you, or even maybe make a part 2 of this video. So again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, subscribe if you really liked it. Peace. I got a tickle in my throat.